person who was standing beside me. It wasn't that lady. It was completely different.
Okay.
I'm there.
I'm there.
Thank you very much. Now, can you make that light go off again? Oh, you
Yes.
stop! This is Gemma from HBI, Haunted Britain Investigations, and we are here today at the Old Victorian School in Long Eaton in Nottinghamshire. It was built in 1886 and this part of the building was the old boys' school. The girls' school was a little bit further away, and it was a school until the 1960s when it was there was a bigger school built further away, so this school was closed and it became a daycare centre. There's been numerous claims of paranormal activity. There's been poltergeist activity, there's been shadows, a lot of people sensing young children, which would make sense, and also we know that there have been a few linked deaths, potentially suicides as well. Okay, so we've moved inside, one because it's absolutely freezing outside, but it's not much warmer in here, to be honest. So this is the main corridor. There is a report of a spirit that likes to haunt the ladies' toilets. Apparently her name is Dorothy, although we don't know that for certain, but that's the name that's been given by other paranormal teams that have come. And she doesn't like it if you don't wash your hands. So she's a very clean spirit. And apparently will turn the taps on for you as you leave if you don't wash your hands. Not sure whether we're going to test that theory out tonight, but I will assure you that we will wash our hands afterwards. Okay, so this is I think it's known as the long corridor. There's been lots of things reported as happening in here, movement, noises. We in particular have heard a noise down this corridor today. We've also had a bit of weird Mel activity where we've had the Mel suddenly spiking and then dropping away, which didn't make sense, and we've tried to debunk it, and that was why we were setting up. But this area in particular, there was an allegation made a while ago, we don't know exactly when, but unfortunately the allegation led to a member of staff taking their own life, and we are led to believe that happened in this corridor, so it could be quite interesting if we get any activity down here. Yeah, there's supposed to be about 4 children that are seen and heard around the building. Not sure what the activity is linked to those children, but we're hoping tonight to use some trigger objects that are particularly geared towards young children. We've got our Wren bear. We're going to see how that goes. We're still a little bit sceptical of that piece of equipment at the moment, but we're going to see if it does attract any interaction. We've also got balls and toy cars as well to see if any of those get any of the children active. Another reported phenomena is that some people can feel very suddenly hot or an increase in temperature. Now, this building, we've been told, is usually quite cold, so it's not common for you to feel quite warm, and I can attest to that. It is very, very cold. There's not much heating on around the building. But that could be linked to before this building was erected, it was on the site of an old farm, and apparently the farmhouse burnt down. I'm not sure whether she said that there
were 2 people in there. The child were killed in the fire, apparently, so 3 people would have passed away in the fire, sadly.
Yeah, so some of the activity could be linked to the previous use for this land. There's also reports of it being part of a triangle. There's this building, and then there's also the workhouses and the mills that are just opposite. Very, very big, oppressive buildings across the road. And then there's the canal and the cemetery. And it's all supposed to be interlinked. And there have been reports that maybe some of the spirits from the nearby mills and also from the graveyard that is situated just up the road may pass through this way as well. So we've got a lot to go on. Another place that is reported to be haunted is the basement. However, we can't get into the basement at the moment, but underneath this part of the building is a boiler room, and apparently a homeless man managed to get into the boiler room, obviously to keep warm, but was actually found that he'd passed away in the boiler room. There hasn't been any definite related activity to this person. However, it could be linked to some of the shadows, it could be linked to paranormal activity, we just don't know, but that's another reported strange occurrence. So this is one of the classrooms. I think originally it would have been a lot bigger than this. That looks like it's a false wall just there. So in fact it is a false wall. So it would have been a bigger room, and it does kind of lend itself to a classroom. Earlier on, while we were setting up, one of our teammates actually felt pockets of warmth within the room. As I said before, it's a very, very cold building, but she was stood and she could feel waves of warmth, and there isn't anywhere where that could be coming from naturally. Like I said, there's no heating on in the building at all. So it's something we can't explain, and given the history about the fire, it's quite possible that this could be one of those areas where that phenomena occurs. So yeah, we're going to be coming back in here and seeing if anyone else can pick up the same. So this is one of the old offices, so we're led to believe. Not entirely sure whose office it was, but other teams have reported that there is quite a dominant male presence in this room, and they seem to think he goes by the name of Mr. Morris. Not entirely sure if that is his name, but he seems to respond to that. I think there's been a lot of activity linked to him, a few strange feelings, noises, that kind of thing. So we'll be in here doing a few vigils later on, I would think, to see if we can get Mr. Morris to make himself known to us. So this is the daycare room. It's had a lot of activity related to it because there have been people known to have passed away in this room. It's been used by elderly people as a general kind of daycare centre, comes to activities, that kind of thing, but there have been deaths in this room. There is a particular chair, and there is only one member of our team who was told which chair that was, and he is keeping his mouth shut about which chair that is. The thing about this chair is that it has, a lot of people have said they don't like the feeling of this chair, and it's believed that that is the chair that a person who came here to use this building actually passed away in that chair. So earlier on, one of our team members came in here and was pulled towards a certain area of the room. Couldn't explain it, kept standing in front of a particular chair, but didn't want to sit down in it. And they kept trying to walk away, but they kept being pulled back to this particular chair, and then started to feel quite emotional. Didn't get upset, but just got emotional, and felt a little uneasy. And then the one team member who knew which chair it was says, "You've actually stood right in front of the chair that is linked to the activity." And the person who was feeling it didn't know that at all. So it's really interesting that that's already been picked up, and it's already, something that we're going to have to investigate a little bit further to see if any more members of the team happen to feel the same. We still don't know which chair it is. It's sworn to secrecy. So when we're in here investigating later on, hopefully we'll get some more evidence to back that up. We've got locked off cameras in here because there is supposed to be a lot of other activity. Children are seen in here as well. So we have Rem Bear on the table. And we've also got a chalkboard to see if we can get any children using that. We've got a bell on the back of that table. And we've got other pieces of equipment that we're going to bring in later on to see if we can get the interaction that other teams have had in here. Apparently as well, if you sing or tap out nursery rhymes, they do carry on. So that's going to be something that we could maybe try a bit later as well. So that's everywhere in the building at the moment that we've been given access to, and we're about to start our vigils. So let's see what we can find.
Children have been seen in here.
Children have been seen in here. There's a particular chair assigned to a lady called Doris who doesn't like people to sit in that chair.
Okay.
Somebody is sitting in that chair, I'll have you know.
So, are you here, Doris? Please don't be scared. Please come forward, come and see us. It's the first time I've been to this building, but I gather that you probably spent quite a lot of time here, to the point where you had your favourite chair, which I get, because I think we all have a favourite chair at home. But if there's somebody sitting in your chair, Doris, what is it you do to let them know they're not welcome? Do you want to affect the person that's sitting in your chair? Do you want to talk to us? Please don't take offence, Doris, we're not doing it to try and upset you. We're kind of doing it to understand a bit more about you. So maybe if you asked us politely, I'm sure who's sitting in your chair would move for you.
Use the REM pod. Move.
So you'll see there's a device on the table that's got blue lights on it, Doris. If you walk up close to it, it'll make a noise. There's one in front of me as well. If you get near to it, light up and make a noise. So please don't be scared of this equipment. It just allows us to know that you're here, because sadly we can't see you. So we do need a bit of help to let us know when you're around. So if you'd be kind enough, Doris, maybe just to give us a sign, let us know you're here if you are in this room.
I've just heard... What the hell? I've just heard 2 clicks, like right next to my head.
Could be... There's a blind right behind you, Lou. You haven't touched it.
Yeah, not that blind over here. It's got weighted bottoms to it.
Could that one click, or a breeze might have got it?
Something clicked twice.
Try and recreate it by moving about. Yeah, it's hanging over your chair.
That's it.
Yeah.
course, if you're not here yet or you don't want to join in just as yet, we understand that children like to play in this room. So if there's any children in the room, don't be scared. We're not going to hurt you. But we've got some toys in here you might want to play with. There's the devices already set. If you get near them, they could buzz. We also have on the table a teddy bear. Now again, if you get close to that teddy bear, don't be scared, but it will make a noise.
What the
What's that, Lee?
It's just done it again, but I've moved it.
Good.
I did notice on the visual, actually, there is a slight breeze draft. I don't know if it's enough to make it click a bit, but the curtain was sort of rocking when we were in here with what's the name, the lady that walked around with us.
Okay.
It was very faint movement.
Go on, if there are children in the room, why don't you come and see us?
There's also the bell on the table.
Yeah, that's very true, yeah. There's a bell on the table if you want to ding it. And I tell you what, if you're anything like my two kids, then you'll love scaring grown-ups. So if you do want to scare grown-ups, go and ding that bell, because I'll tell you something, you'll make 4 grown men jump. So why don't you do that for us? Why don't you see if you can make us jump by making something move? We won't be cross, trust me, we won't be cross. We'll think it's funny after we've stopped shaking.
If there is anyone here with us, we would really appreciate it if you could let yourself be known to us. Either visually by showing yourself to us, or perhaps by making a sound. We have some devices around the room that could potentially hear you. Or perhaps you could move something for us. If there are any children here present, we have some little bouncy rubber ball type objects that you can play with. And if you touch them, they'll make pretty lights. So we have one just on a chair over there, where I'm pointing, and another on the windowsill over there. And if you go up to them and move them, they'll shine pretty lights for you. We've also got another object here and one on the floor. And if you just go and touch the antenna like this, it'll make some noises and also light up. Feel free to go and have a little play. What was that?
Do you see a light?
I did. Behind Gemma.
Yeah. Well, actually, I saw it sort of over
Go
there,
on.
but it was behind Gemma.
Yeah.
Is there, see, they said it was a road earlier. Can I stand in the chair and look out the window?
That isn't the road though, that's the car park.
Oh. It didn't come through the window, it just shone on the wall behind you. I saw it too.
Yeah.
That's the car park behind us.
It didn't come in through any windows.
No, it didn't. It was just a flash on the wall.
Yeah, a flash of light on the wall. Okay, thank you.
I saw that when we were in here earlier. And Rob said it was from the road, but the road isn't there.
I wonder if there's anything else on the ceiling then that's maybe causing intermittent flashes. We'll have to keep an eye on that
Keep an
then.
eye, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
There it goes again. It went out or
Yeah.
something. That's not your camera, is it?
I don't think so, because
Did you
when
see it that time?
yeah. That's
when
what
you
I thought.
first mentioned it, my camera was pointing the other way.
Yeah, it did it then as well. Did you see it then?
I did, that's why I went, oh,
Because I wanted to pan the camera again. There's another light, isn't it?
There's nothing immediately on the ceiling above. There's no sensors or anything. The nearest sensor,
It's over by the
Is-
door, wasn't
it's just up here somewhere.
that's a bit... Okay, there it was again,
it? It's
Lynn.
gone out. There is a light
Oh, I
going on and off.
Yeah, there is.
Is it,
I can't
Have
figure
they-
out where it is.
I'm just going to walk towards this way.
It's got to be a car light or a street light, hasn't it?
That's not a sensor up there.
Was that it again?
Yes.
I can't really see what it is.
I think maybe it's a sensor like that.
Oh, somebody's ball's going off up there. Whose ball's up there?
Mine.
It's going off.
Did it just go off?
Yes, it's flashing.
Mine.
Okay, Whoever, can you do that again, please? Move that ball. Thank you very much.
Damn it, I was facing the other way.
Yeah, it's, I was going to say, I'm going to get up and have a look out that window. Might as well have saw it flashing.
If that was you touching the ball, please could you go and touch it again for us?
I'm moving behind you, Hannah, so
Yeah, that's fine, Jen.
if I trip over your chair, I apologise.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh,
There it
we
goes. Thank you very much.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, I'm getting that.
Oh, that's
you.
really good.
Can you see if you can roll it off of the windowsill for us? Onto the floor?
Go on, give it a good tap.
See if you can just
Did
roll
you
it
knock
off.
this table then?
No,
I'm standing against the wall, so it's definitely not me.
I haven't.
Something knocked the table.
I didn't move then, I promise. Thank you for that. Let's see if you can knock it all the way off, that ball. See if you can roll it off the windowsill onto the floor.
Oh, there's no movement from outside.
It'd be really good if you could just try and roll it off for us. But if you like playing with that, there's another one on the chair over behind Lynn. Just over there, there's another ball over there. Perhaps you'd like to go and play with that one, or one of your friends.
I think that one shines a different colour as well.
It does. I think one of them shines blue. As well as red. Thank you though for trying to move that. That was your coat just pushing.
It was, yeah.
This one behind me, because that one flashes a different colour, I think. You might be able to tell us what colour it is.
Okay, can I just point out? There we go. I was just going to say, as soon as I moved towards it, it stopped.
Not now, it's getting brave. That's brilliant. Can you roll it off the window? Give it a shove for us. Just give it a knock. It'll go on the floor.
It's really not very heavy. It's very light, easy to move, so I'm sure you'll be able to roll it onto the floor for us. Or maybe the one on the chair, you could roll that off for us.
Just looking to see if there's anything that could be kind of causing any kind of vibration.
With that ball, you really do have to pick it up and, or touch it, Jen, to make it move.
Okay, so me just tapping it like that has set it off.
That's unusual. Normally you have to pick it up.
Yeah, but all the same, there's no movement around, is there?
Yeah, it's literally, you only have to tap it.
That's weird because normally.
I mean, it's a solid. Yeah. So, what do you think? Do we try and maybe put it
But if it is
somewhere
you would be
else?
able to knock it off. You're obviously very clever. Can you knock it off the windowsill for us? That would prove
that's
that it's not us we're doing it.
How about I put a red card next to it? Let's see. Well, it's obviously not the floor vibrating it, is it?
No,
Let's see if it's a draft.
they're all stone.
it's
Can't
not-
feel
not
draft. I
draft.
can't feel.
Look how much you had to bang it that time.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Normally, it really isn't all that sensitive.
No.
Okay. I'm just popping this next to the ball there for you to also play with. If you want to touch the... That was my tummy. If you want to touch the antenna, it will make a noise and make pretty lights for us. Sorry, we don't mean to doubt you. We appreciate that you've just moved that for us. If you could do it again, that would be brilliant.
I'm telling you, this table's moving.
I'm not even touching it.
So you're not even at the that table, are you?
No, I'm got about an inch, pretty about 1 or 2 inches away from it, Lynn.
It don't move though. I can feel the table moving, yet it's not moving, it's solid.
What was
Weird.
that?
What was that? It was like.
Did you hear 2 taps?
Lynn tapped the
It was
desk,
my being.
but then I
I
heard
don't think you did, though.
afterwards. Did you go to school here? Have you got some happy memories of this place? Or some sad ones, perhaps? What year was it when you were at school here?
Ball on the window hasn't gone off again at all.
No, it hasn't. Which makes it going off earlier even more compelling.
Because we didn't move the ball. We didn't move the ball at all. The only thing we did was put the REM pod next to it.
Yeah.
And as soon as we did that, it didn't flash.
Who was that who just breathed in my ear? I just heard you just breathe in my left ear.
Is it the man that they call Mr. Morris? Is it you?
If it is, light that ball up again for us, at least we can
I'll be honest, mate, it sounded more like a woman.
Really?
interact with you.
Yeah, you know, you just got a
Feeling.
tone to it. It was more of a than a
Okay.
just it felt. I think it was female, not male.
Okay. Well, there is this. Some people have said there's a Dorothy.
If there is, Dorothy, can you light up that ball for us, please?
Oh.
There we go.
Okay.
Oh, thank
bless
you.
you. Hello, Dorothy.
Oh, Dorothy, we thought you were a child.
We're so sorry.
We do apologise.
Is it okay if we call you Dorothy? Call you by your name?
There's one house with a guy called Steve Rouse, name dropping about Joe Collins and everybody. I think it was the house we got there where the guy said, "Go away, you're too early." Let's go to the car.
Yeah. Near Hall.
That's the one we
Just
never went
outside
to.
Hall.
Well, there wasn't going to.
Not actually.
He was like.
Well, we all got there and he's like, "You're too early." I just went up down the window. It looks like where the door was.
Did someone just whisper though?
Yeah, no, it's hospital.
No, I think did someone mimic a whisper?
Nobody does it.
You are joking.
Joe's doing a Birmingham accent still.
No, seriously.
No, nobody whispered, I was talking to the
All
volume.
full voices.
All full blown.
Oh my God.
Where did it come from? What did you hear?
You're taking the piss, aren't you?
No, seriously, nobody did.
We don't whisper
We
this
discussed the
thing,
light flickering and then talking about one of
Yeah,
the
the
We saw it all.
Fucking hell.
What did it sound like, mate?
Full on voice.
Really?
That camera's got to have caught that.
During a break, Lee decides to go and stand in the corridor alone for a few minutes. As the team are chatting in the base room, he hears a loud, whispery voice say something and then repeat it very close to his ear. The static cam placed down the corridor captures this voice clearly. Here it is again.
Well, there wasn't going to.
Not actually.
He was like.
Well, we all got there and he's like, "You're too early."
Well, there wasn't going to.
Not actually.
He was like.
So I was standing here. I'm standing here and I heard something go from down here, and then it sounded like a young child whispering about 5 words. It did it twice, and I thought it was you guys like telling the story and whispering.
No, there's no whispers whatsoever.
Well, that was really, really loud. Oh, that's just giving me proper
When
chills.
you heard it from
I heard it here.
From there?
And
From this side?
Yeah.
that, like the girls' toilet area, sort of maybe.
and it was kind of, and it was like like that, and I thought it was Gemma reenacting or retelling the story of what she's saying. But it was that pronounced, and it was that loud, and it was twice. 3 or 4 words both times. What's what?
Yeah. We can start now.
Yeah, I hope to God that camera's got that.
Okay, if there's anybody in here, Mr. Morris, are you in here? You're the guy who likes to think that he's the head teacher, but you're actually not. You're only the deputy head. A man who had ideas above his station. If you are in here with us, can you come forward and do something for us?
Shepherd.
Did used to be farmland.
Yes, it did.
Can you tell us what this room used to be? Was this the head teacher's office? Or headmaster's office, should I say? We call them head teachers now. Did you punish naughty children in this room? I know one of the things that's been heard is a cane hitting somebody. That's one of the claims. Did you used to hit children with the cane, Mr. Morris?
Heat.
We've been saying how cold it is all night long, and then that says heat.
It's also
Could be a coincidence.
Could be, but it's also one of the other things that people have said about.
Heat. Yeah.
Mm. And linked to the shepherd as well, with the farmland.
So when you tell us to leave, or do something that shows us you want us to leave your office. It's probably not even your office. I bet it was a head's office and you just used to sneak in here and pretend it was yours.
That thing on the door, is that actually a window?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In that case, then I thought I saw something poke its head round.
I keep being drawn to that window.
Do you want to take the camera so you can view it?
Did you hear that?
Well,
Nothing.
Yeah, but it was a female.
I don't know if it was a stomach again.
It certainly wasn't me. Okay, if there's anybody outside this door, come on, show yourself. Poke your head round again if that was you. Or come through the door. Show yourself as a light or a shadow.
Why do I get the feeling maybe it's just a power suggestion that something is outside the door watching us?
Quite possibly.
The lighting in that corridor is playing up. 1 minute it's darker than it's
Mm.
light up. If there is somebody out in the corridor, why don't you just knock on the door for us? If you wait to come into the office, just knock. We can come in.
Because Lee heard the loud whispery voice earlier, the team decide to do lone vigils in the corridor to see if anything happens again.
Come on, if there's somebody here, come and do something. Come and walk up to me. Come and talk to me. I'm not scared of you. Come on, Mr. Morris, where are you? Are you not going to come and talk to us today? What about Dorothy? Are you around? Come on. Don't be afraid of us. We don't mean you any harm. We just want you to come and talk to us. Maybe you could set one of the little meters off on the floor. Yeah, if you walk past that box on the floor, that black box with a bit sticking out the top, go and walk past that, see if you can set it off. Okay, I've just heard a noise to the right of me. Sounded like it was down near where the stick figure is. But I can't really shine the camera down that way because of the IR light.
Okay, so I am alone in the corridor. And when I was here on my own earlier, I thought I heard whispers, like somebody whispering. If that was you, could you do it again for me, please, now? Maybe you could light up the lights running down the corridor by running up and down the corridor for me. Okay, I swear to God I can hear a woman singing or something. Very faint in the distance. Could be outside. Is there anybody in this corridor with me? You make yourself known.
Around the room we have several devices with little lights on. If you talk to them, they should help us hear what you're saying. We also have on some of the windowsills little balls, and also on this chair here, which if you touch them, they'll start flashing.
We just want to communicate with you. As Phil's already said, we've got devices on the table that will allow you to communicate however you want to. There's a voice recorder where if you speak we'll be able to hear you, not straight away, but when we go home and listen we'll be able to hear you. So if you want to talk to us through that, please do. If we don't respond, it doesn't mean we're ignoring you, it means we can't hear you. That's why we have to use electronic devices. I've got a device in front of me that will pick up your voice. So if you do come near it and talk, it can pick up your voice and it will translate it into words that we can hear. There's also another device, there's one on the chair over there, and if you get near it, it will light up so we know you come near us. So we've got lots of things here to help you communicate with us.
I thought I heard something else then.
Yeah, was it a woman's voice, was it?
Yeah, did you hear that?
Yeah,
Come from the door area
I thought it was
again.
Hannah at first, I turned around.
I keep seeing light on that wall, I'm assuming it's from outside.
Yes, there was a...
Phil, can you just go and check, make sure the corridor's empty?
Yeah. Yeah, it's completely empty.
You can't hear them?
Nothing was... No.
Okay, that
Was
you.
definitely, I definitely heard
Yeah,
that.
definitely is. A female I picked it as, like Hannah, I thought it was like a woman.
That's it, yeah.
Okay, if that was you, thank you. I am going to have to ask you to try and make that noise again for us if you can. Just talk to us, make a noise, anything.
That's my chair creaking, by
Just
the
let
way.
us know you're here. You've got no reason to be scared. There's no reason to fear us. Come on. Is that someone's stomach? Is that really high
No,
pitch?
that's a wind thing.
Oh, right.
Yeah, not a howl.
When the girls were in here earlier on, they said they felt the table move. I don't know if that was you at all. Why don't you come and join us? Come and sit at the table. Maybe tell us your name.
So his stomach got then?
No.
Not mine.
No, I thought it was yours, I think you didn't say
I thought I heard it from the right hand side, yeah.
What did you
I
hear?
heard it over that way.
What did you hear?
It sounded like a stomach grumble.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're in the room in the corners, please come out of the shadows. Just come towards the table. There's no need to sneak around, there's no need to hide, we're not going to hurt you at all.
I find it interesting that the girls have had the ball lighting up over there when they were in here, but we've not had anything. No, you'd think it would, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
If they've had it, especially if it's like the breeze causing it, or...
So if that was you that made the ball light up when the girls were in the room, why won't you do it for us? Please.
It's possible that you are in a different plane of existence to us, so you may be operating on a different frequency, so you may have to concentrate to interact with the devices in our plane, on our frequency. But we offer our energy so that it will help you to transition down to this plane so that you can interact with our devices. Please feel free to do so.
Stomach.
That's you interacting with Mike's stomach, thank you. Excuse me.
And if you're one of the small children who didn't have a clue what Rob's just gone on about, just try hard to make the stuff move.
Yep.
Just close the door a bit. It doesn't quite close all the way. It's just a theory I read somewhere recently that passing over means you're in a different plane of existence, which could have a different frequency to where we are now.
Makes sense.
Which might be why we can't hear them, because they're on a different frequency to us.
You see, there's people out there that don't believe that we carry on after we physically die. And we'd like to prove that that isn't the case and that we do carry on.
It's me moving.
So if you could help us get some evidence to show people that we still exist after we physically die, and you can do that by interacting with us. Can you show yourself? Can you make any kind of noise? What the hell was that?
It sounded like a stomach.
Sounded like, yeah.
But it wasn't mine.
It sounded like a child that was a younger one to me.
It sounded like it came from where you are, Phil. That side of the room.
I heard it over there, you see.
That's weird. See, I heard it sound like where you were.
It was just, at first I thought owl. It literally was like a woo sort of noise, but it was over that way.
The team hear what sounds like a female voice coming from within the room. Here's the enhanced audio.
Can you make any kind of noise? What the hell was that? What the hell was that? You don't have to do something straight away, but throughout the course of the night while we're here, if you could do something, just so we have something to show, or something for us to go back and look at. If you could...
What's that, Phil?
That's like a pinch in my ass.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. Like, you know, like a trapped hair or something, right? You know, like a little pull.
Right.
But I was just stood like that.
Okay, if that was you, can you do something else as well? I know we're asking for a lot.
That was my dream.
I really don't care what it is that you do, as long as you can do something to show us that that you're here.
If you want to carry on pinching Phil, go for it.
Yeah.
The HBI team called time on their investigation at the old Victorian school. Disembodied voices, strange lights and shadows. Paranormal? You decide.